Hello YouTube, in today's demonstration we'll be reviewing some star melee. I've included some size references in this video. As you can see, the small micro dot is less than 0.4 millimeters in diameter, and the aluminium test stone holder, the smallest hole, is less than 1.15 millimeter in diameter, and the stones drop through because they have a less diameter than the hole. If you are wondering why I have all the stones pavilion side facing up or culet facing up, is I'm grasping the loose star melee and I'm giving it a pavilion flash test on a white background, demonstrating that these stones have higher refractive index. And it is confirming that when I place the stone over the small micro dot and it does not display a bullseye or read-through effect, meaning that these stones have higher refractive index. As you noticed, that stone kind of flicked off the tweezers. It's the result of it has a very thin girdle. These stainless steel tweezers are Swiss made, and they are specifically designed for very small, loose melee stones. Many of you are starting to realize how important it is to use a white background to do a basic pavilion flash test and a read-through effect with the micro dot. But not only is a white background ideal, it really helps to weed out any chipped stones or damaged stones, and you guys can see the uniformity of the roundness of these round brilliance melee. As these loose star melee is too small for this test holder, we'll be using another loose aluminium test holder that's specifically designed for star melee. And here I have a gauge key that has a diameter of 0.8 millimeters, and you can see that it will not fit in these slots. These holes are 0.7 millimeters, so we can test very small star melee with the dual probe tester. And as you can see, all the stones that are culet facing up, they go in a line, and so I began placing these loose star melee in the slots with ease with just using one hand. As there is only 4 loose stone testing slots, 3 of these stones will be testing culet facing up with a dual probe tester. With these size star melee round brilliance, we're nearly approaching the maximum limit of using a dual probe tester on these very small stones. Pretty much anything smaller than this, if it sets, the dual probe testers are not going to be large enough to have an accurate test, as the metal prongs can be arced by the probe tester. So here we have the dual probe tester, and notice my index finger is touching the loose aluminium test holder, and my index finger and middle finger is touching the conductive electrical conductive panel on the tester. So I'm grounding the test, and as you guys can see, I'm getting a moissanite or a metal reading on each of these star melee. I cannot stress this enough. It is very important to ground the test with both hands, with your fingers touching the conductive panel on the back of the tester, and your other hand or finger touching the metal findings in the ring, or in this case the loose aluminium test holder. My index finger is completing and grounding the test. Unlike what you see on your favorite YouTube jewelry influencers, they're wearing gloves and they're not touching the conductive panel. This is not how you're supposed to use these testers. You must have your bare hand making contact with the conductive panel and your other hand touching the piece of jewelry or loose stone holder. Another thing that I may add is if a stone is getting a metal reading and it is also getting a moissanite reading, that isn't a problem with the tester. It's just it's more electrically conductive or a better semiconductor in a specific region of the test. So here we have the digital millimeter calipers, and all I'm simply doing is placing the stones table down and showing you guys the actual millimeter dimensions, and they're right around 1 millimeters in diameter. The next series of videos that I will be making is really focusing on star melly sizes. Okay, so below 1.7 millimeter in diameter for round brilliants, loose stones, and I will be using multiple tests. I was asked by several subscribers to really make videos in this particular sweet spot of melly sizes, and I'll be using my do-it-yourself UV screener that anyone can make themselves. And I really wish that many other jewelry influencers can really start, talking about these do-it-yourself UV screeners with using your smartphones and shortwave and longwave UV lights. And also, I will really be demonstrating the device that I made that can sort thousands of loose melly, okay? And currently in the marketplace is coated moissanite or synthetic diamond over the moissanite, and these are giving people problems that specifically buy synthetic diamonds or laboratory grown diamond melly, and they're receiving these diamond coated moissanite stones peppered in their loose synthetic diamond melly parcels. And the moissanite shaker that I've made really eliminates these stones definitively. Now, when I say definitively, I mean 100% guaranteed that they will segregate this diamond-coated moissanite from synthetic HPHT diamond. So I know a lot of people are probably wondering, just what are these stones? These are plain Jane, run-of-the-mill synthetic moissanite. I know that, a lot of people are like, well, how much are these stones worth in the trade? Well, currently right now, I can buy 1,000 1 millimeter synthetic moissanite for around $15, and that's the price for 1,000 1 millimeter synthetic moissanite stone. So very, very inexpensive. So here we have the single lot sieve. As you guys can see, a few of them actually get stuck in the holes because each one of these holes are right at 1.00 millimeters in diameter. So as many probably already are kind of aware, these diamond-coated moissanite in these particular sizes are an absolute nightmare to gemologists, appraisers, gold buyers, pawn shop owners. When those types of stones are set in jewelry, they can be an absolute nightmare for a proper gem identification. So in my next series of videos, I'm really going to be touching on, how anyone can make a UV screener, kind of weed out these potential, disasters when making buys, as these are very, very inexpensive, especially the plain Jane moissanite, but even so, the diamond-coated moissanite, they're very, very inexpensive, and you should not buy them.